What's up, y'all? I want to talk about an issue that's really been kind of irking me over the last few months, and that issue is marriage, and not just marriage in general, but but how quickly so many people decide to get married. You know, I remember back in 1999 when my sister graduated high school. I was like 12 years old at the time. You know, I remember, she was like 18. Her and her friends, they were like between the ages of 18 and 20. And, people weren't, I didn't hear about any of her friends getting married, you know, anytime like 18, 20 years old. People weren't that quick to jump the broom. But you look at how things are nowadays, I'm pretty sure I can name you plenty of people who know somebody who got married who's between the ages of 18 and 21. I mean, nowadays you literally have people getting married fresh out of high school, you know, and that's not necessarily a good thing, in my opinion. I don't think that anybody that young is ready for marriage, you know, and it's crazy that how fast so many people are really ready to jump the broom. I mean, the natural order of things is you graduate high school, which is important, which is very important still. You go to college, which in my opinion, college is the best 4 years of your life. I don't care what anybody say. If you're in high school now and you're watching this, or you just want to graduate high school, go to college. Please go to college. Best 4 years of your life. Graduate high school, go to college, graduate college, find a job. Then if you with somebody or something, then you settle down. Nowadays people are literally, they're foregoing. They're like, okay, high school, I'm in college, now I'm gonna get married. They get married within, let's say, they get married within 2 years of graduating high school. And that's not a good thing, because you go to college, I mean, it's like high school, it's just you two guys and they're pretty much their little pond, You know all the fish, you know everything. You pretty much know everybody in there, so you know who to go, who to stay, who to hang around, who to stay away from. But you go to college, you meet there's like a never-ending list of different personalities in college. So if your relationship can withstand that, if you can withstand the temptation and everything, then okay, after a few years you get married. But don't get married like nobody's mentally ready to get married. I don't care who you are at 21 or 20 years old. Nobody's ready to get married that young. I don't care who you are, what you do, where you've been through, none of that. You're not mentally ready to get married at that age. And you damn sure ain't financially ready to take care of a family. I know a good friend of mine who stays in the Jackson area. She knows who she is. If she saw this video, she'll know who she is. Her little sister, I don't know how her little sister is, but all I know is my friend, she's like 24. So her little sister is probably like 21 or 22. Her little sister is married, right? But her little sister her little sister is married, but her and her husband are still living with their parents. They live in separate houses with their parents. I don't get that. And then somebody else who stays in my hometown, she's married. She got married maybe 3 years after she graduated high school, but she was still relatively young. She got married. Now she's working at Popeyes, I think, and her husband, he's in the military, but I heard he's barely working. And why are they getting? I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't even live in the same house. In my opinion, that's just how I look at things. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't live in the same house. And then I know somebody who lives right up the street from me. He got married like literally a year after he graduated high school. Literally. No, that's not me exaggerating. He probably literally got married a year or two after he graduated high school. There are people who are getting married who haven't experienced enough to decide to make the logical decision to settle down. They basically got with this one person and they thought, okay, you know what, I like her, or well, I'm so in love, and now we decide to get married and settle down. You know, that's not a smart decision to do. Getting married too soon is just not a smart decision, in my opinion. You know, marriage has, amongst so many young people, have all of a sudden became the cool thing to do. You know, kind of like how voting was back in 2008. You know, just because you're in love with somebody doesn't necessarily mean that you should make the decision to spend the rest of your life with them. You know, I mean, love is very fleeting. I'm pretty sure we all know that by now. I mean, look at me. I'm 23 years old, and I don't have any plans to get married to anybody anytime soon. You know, and it's not just with young people. There are older people too who are doing this. I know one of my friends, her sister just got married to somebody who she only knew for literally probably less than a month. You know, and on TV it's no better. When you see Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom get married, what, 3 weeks after they met each other? When they only known each other for like, what, 3 weeks? That's just not smart. Don't get married so soon. It's not a smart decision. You have plenty of time in this world to get married, okay? Experience stuff. Go to college. Get your education. That should be the main thing on your mind after high school besides marriage. You know? I mean, I don't get why some people are getting married. And on top of it, it just makes no sense to me why so many people are deciding to get married at such a young age. You know? Because I know when I was 18, 19, 20, I wasn't thinking about getting married to anybody. But nowadays, it seems like marriage is like it's the cool thing to do. I don't get it. I don't like it. And I hope that this whole marriage trend ends tomorrow. That's just my opinion.